Hello children, welcome to the online classes. Class 8 student, here your chemistry class begins. This is the last part of chapter 3 in which we will cover whatever the topics are left, like techniques of separating mixtures are left. So we will complete it here, and along with this video I'll provide you PDF in which we will get exercises of this chapter. Please complete it. Along with the exercises, I'm giving you extra questions. Please note it down in your fair copy. Children, along with this, from chapter 2 onwards, I said that I'll give you one extra question which you are going to find out by yourself. Some children are worried about that extra question. So students, don't be panic. It's just a kind of exercise. There is no compulsion that you have to find it out. If easily you are getting this, you can write. Like along with this chapter, I'll give you one practical question which you are not going to write in your copy. Only whenever school gets reopened, that time you will show me that practical assessment if it is possible. Okay, don't be panic. There is no compulsion that you have to do it, but the exercises which I am providing you and the extra question, please note it down in your fair copy. That will be beneficial for you. Like this you can save your time, and if exams are going to conduct by the school as soon as the school gets reopened or afterwards, whenever it happens, you will have your study material ready. Okay, so coming to the chapter, the next part which we are going to discuss, that is method of separating mixtures, in which already we did some methods by which we can separate the mixtures which are having solid components. Okay, so now we are going to start the techniques by which we can separate the mixture, those who have some solid particles as well as some liquid particles also. Okay, so here some common methods. Number 1, sedimentation and decantation. Next, filtration. Next, evaporation. Next, simple distillation, crystallization and chromatography. Okay, one by one we will discuss them. Number 1, that is sedimentation and decantation. Both the processes are having very slight variation, so just go through them. Sedimentation is defined as the separation process in which solids are separated from the liquid. All the solids settle down at the bottom of a beaker and on top. A clear layer of liquid is obtained. Definitely, if a mixture is having solid and liquid particles, and solid particles are separated, depends, if they are heavier they will settle down at the bottom, and if they are lighter, these solid particles, where we will go to see them? On the top. Okay, and in middle means if solid particles are heavier, at the bottom, if they are lighter, at the top, and we will get the clear liquid. I'll tell you the example also, but go through the decantation first. Decantation is defined as the separation process in which two immiscible liquids are separated. Now you are getting the difference. The first one, that is solid, liquid, both the particles are present, then we will use sedimentation, and in decantation, if both the particles are liquid. Okay, so but they are not mixed with them. Like if you are going through the example, the sedimentation process we can perform upon the water in which clay is mixed. Okay, so if suppose tap water is coming dirty along with the clay, if you are keeping them for some time, what you are going to see? All the dust particles or mud particles, they'll settle down at the bottom of vessel in which we are keeping the water, and clear water we will get. Okay, same as if you mix oil and water, is it possible that oil is mixed in the liquid? No. What we are going to see? Oil droplets will come on the top and water below it, because these droplets are lighter and they are not mixed with the water. So, by decantation we can separate oil from water. Getting this? Now, just see the diagram of sedimentation. We have already discussed, like this water, it contains clay or other impurities. If you will keep water in a vessel for some time, what will happen? Clear water comes upside and all the impurities downside. Now, decantation, go through this. Here separating funnel is there. Kerosene oil is mixed with water, and in funnel here this red color, that is stopcock. Stopcock we will open and slowly liquid comes down. When water comes down, if we will again close stopcock, what will happen? Oil is only present in separating funnel, because water we have already collected by using stopcock. This is the example of decantation. Okay. Now, next part, filtration. Filtration is defined as the separation process in which insoluble impurities are separated from the solution. Filtration is done by help of filter paper. Here you can see in beaker we have mixture which contains impurity also, and here filter paper is used. We will pour the mixture in this part. What will happen? We can see the residue or the impurity upon filter paper, and in the flask we will get clear liquid, that is also named as filtrate. Getting this? Now, next part, that is evaporation. Evaporation is defined as the separation process in which soluble solid contents are separated from the solution. The mixture is heated, do that liquid evaporates and solid remains. Getting this? Just look this diagram. Mixture of salt and water is heated. Water starts heating. The water molecules evaporated. What will left in the dish? Only salt particle. Like that we can separate a mixture which contain water and salt particles. Now, the next part, that is simple distillation. It is generally used to separate the soluble solid from solid liquid mixture. What kind of solid? Which are soluble in nature. It involves heating the liquid mixture to the boiling point and immediately condensing the resulting vapor. Here, what is the difference between evaporation and simple distillation? In evaporation, what will happen? The water droplets or water vapors, they moved from the vessel or beaker or dish in which we are keeping the mixture. But in simple distillation, what we are doing? We are collecting both. Firstly, we will heat the liquid to its boiling point, means all the liquid particles converts into gaseous particles, and then we will condense it. Okay, so after condensation we will get the particles which evaporate, which converts into gaseous state, and solid is remain in that vessel or in beaker or anything which we are keeping our mixture. So by simple distillation we will get both particles, but in evaporation we are getting only solid particles. Just go through the diagram of simple distillation. We are heating the mixture in this beaker, and here you can see we are collecting the liquid particles. How? Here you can see by using the condensation process we are cooling the liquid, means the water vapors, we are cooling them and it is again converted into liquid and we are collecting here, and the solid particles they left in the main beaker itself. Getting this? Next point of the methods, that is crystallization. This is a separating technique which is used to separate solid from the solution. The solution is heated in an open container, right? The container is open. The solvent molecule starts evaporating, same as evaporation technique, but the left solid particles they cools and forms crystal like structure, and these crystal like structure the solid particles dried and we can collect them and we prepare the product according to our requirement. Here you can see the diagrammatic representation. Here mixture is present, we have solvent and solid is present, so we are stirring it. By stirring it we will dissolve all the solid particle in solvent, and when this process gets over, step 2 we will heat it, and when we heat it, what will happen? The vapor starts forming and it will evaporate. At the bottom what we are getting this, when the solution gets cooled we are getting these crystal like structure, and we can dry them and after that we will use them. Getting this? Now next point, that is chromatography. By seeing its name we can understand here colors are very important in this technique. Chromatography is the technique used for the separating colored components from a mixture in which all the components are soluble in a same solvent, but they have different level of solubility. Means we will mix all the components in the same solvent, but some will dissolve first, some afterwards, means their level of solubility is different. Just go through this diagram. Water is universal solvent and we are mixing ink in it. You know very well that black ink, it is having different particles of different colors. So when they start mixing in water molecule, what we are going to get? Just see, we have different color separated according to their solubility in water. Now the last part of this chapter is left, methods of separating liquid mixture. Some common methods are separating funnel and frictional distillation. Separating funnel, this is a separating technique, is used to separate two immiscible liquids like oil and water. What is it? Separating funnel, the same technique we are using in decantation. Along with sedimentation we have discussed decantation because the two are correlated to each and another. lower density component floats on the top by the funnel, we can separate them. The same diagram I am giving you and same technique we are using. We can call it separating funnel technique also, or we can call it decantation also. Getting this? Now, fractional distillation. Fractional distillation generally used to separate a mixture who is having more than one components. Example, the best example is crude oil. One by one, according to their boiling point, they vaporizes and condense. Here is the example of fractional distillation. We are using crude oil, by which we can get petrol, we can get diesel, we can get kerosene oil, we can get petroleum liquid oil and lubricant, fuel oil and residue. Residue is what? That is a form of mobile oil, right? So we will heat the crude oil. The topmost we will get gases, that like we are using LPG, it is the finest form of crude oil. Then we will get petrol, which we are using at fuel for vehicles, and then we are using naphtha, it is also used in chemical. Then kerosene oil is also used as a fuel. Then diesel is definitely not that much pure like petrol, but it is also used in engines and vehicles. Then lubricant oil, this is also used in car and machines as a lubricant. Then fuel oil, it is used in factories and ships. Okay, and what is the leftover? That is residue. It is used as lubricant sometime, or it is used as bitumen or asphalt also. Okay, so here chapter gets over, and now come to today's question. So I'm not writing the question because you are also not going to write answers. Only you have to show me 3 type of mixture. Getting this? At least one should be solid mixture and one should be solid liquid mixture. If it is possible, you can show liquid mixture also, but definitely if you are bringing it to school, it is quite difficult. You can use any small bottle, then you can bring all 3 type of mixture. Then I'll show you the techniques by which we can separate them in our class also. Okay, thank you children. Stay fit, feel good, take care of your health and study well. Bye bye.